Prevention Week special event, QRZ.
Kilo Bravo 2, United Kilowatt Alpha.
Kilo Bravo 2, United Kilowatt Alpha. You're 5 and 9 here in Dayton, Ohio.
All right, Roger. You're 5'9" plus a little bit here on Long Island, New York, about 50 miles east of New York City. Beautiful signal. I think I've worked you guys other years. Love what you do. Thanks so much.
All right. Well, thank you. And I just got the second antenna hooked up to the radio and had the dual receive hooked up and confirmed my suspicions. I'm sticking to the beam because I didn't even hear you on the vertical. But then again, I got two elements at 90 feet pointed at Europe, so that puts it straight up through New England and right there in the area of New York. So it's got a 45-degree width, so it kind of takes the howitzer approach to RF.
Very nice. Yeah, we're running 80-meter loop, about 320 feet of wire, up about 65 feet, fed with true ladder line to a balanced tuner. Yeah, I'm glad you could hear me. Over.
All right, yeah, hearing you just fine. So, yeah, the loops work great. I got a buddy of mine in Western New York that's got one, and, man, he is always loud on 40. So, thanks for the call, and say 7-3.
All right, November 8 Foxtrot, KB2 UKA 73, and thanks again.
73. November 8 Fox Fire Prevention Week special event, QRZ.
What's up, Glenn?
CQ Fire Prevention Week special event. This is November 8 Fox. November 8 Foxtrot Fire Prevention Week special event, QRZ.
Echo Alpha 1
Again.
Echo Alpha 1 Kilo Alpha.
I know that call sign. Echo Alpha 1 Kilo Alpha. Good evening. 5 and 5, 55 from November 8 Fox. KB8 UEY at the mic. I work you all the time doing POTA.
So, KE8, VMB, take it away there for 17 round, Mark.
No, drive the amp. I don't know why, though.
Well, it depends on what you're... I had a problem yesterday when I was going on 6 meters because both radios come into the front of the power supply. And there's only 2 binding posts. I have fork connectors on it. I don't have banana plugs right now.
Playing an hour and 40 minutes now. I'm getting there.
You still got an hour and 40 minutes to go?
Yeah.
Since he's in an HLA.
I don't think he's probably going to do that.
What?
Who's that, Mark?
Oh, yeah, I could spend hours on YouTube, Glenn. Hours.
Yeah, a couple ham sticks, yeah.
Summer, did you take cash payments?
I took cash payments.
It's spread out over...
Ton radio, il est sélectif. Tu peux juste copier moi.
Puis non plus là parce que
An upper sideband.
La gana cualquiera, ¿no?
They're on upper sideband, the idiots.
Yo pensé que tú estabas hablando del muchacho joven, dueño de negocio. Que yo estaba viendo el video. Él se parqueó en un espacio libre.
A little bigger.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There'll be a bigger guy there.
You guys work together, or do you just work in different areas, or what?
We work in different areas, but I get to see them from time to time.
You gotta play tricks on them, or vice versa.
Oh, yeah.
I ran up to him and kicked him in the ass in the lunchroom the other night.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
He stepped on my toe, man.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we got somebody else in here, too. We got a, oh, yeah. Go ahead, oh, yeah. Pick it up. KC2FZB.
And 2 OG.
KD2WZW.
No, I don't know. Maybe they're bashful.
I think they're tuning up or trying to.
No, they said, oh, yeah, a couple of times. It was weird. I almost thought they followed us down from 34.
Maybe it's your old yeah guy.
At least I can hear him here.
Why'd you get to the airport so early, Dave?
It wasn't my choice. It's just it was
What's
a
up,
layover.
Andy?
It's just Albany Airport doesn't have good connectors to this area. Or I'm sorry, they don't have good connectors to St. Louis.
You need to get a discount.
If I flew into like Newark and drove home, I could do it, but I don't want to drive home at night. Or I don't feel like driving home.
Area 51.
Oh, Area 51. No, nope. Not that I know of. Go ahead.
The reason why I'm asking is, I don't know. Let's see here. There was a Whiskey 1.
About the radio part of that. Audio sounds good.
Where are you located at?
Oui, ça, je me souviens plus, ça doit avoir coûté 300 quelques piastres certains, là, d'après moi, là. En tout cas, il est en spécial. Puis d'autres choses que je me rappelle plus que j'avais acheté avec. Et là, d'autres choses étaient correctes, mais pas le power supply. Hey, m'a dit de quoi, j'étais brûlé, là, j'étais fatigué. Je m'attendais pas à ce qu'il me pète dans la face de même. Mais je te dirais, c'est peut-être une bonne chose. C'est ça qui m'a toujours tenu le plus loin possible de ça après.
Oui, faut pas rien qu'on dit que chat échaudé craint l'eau froide.
Ouais, le soleil n'est pas encore planqué complètement, là, mais ça a baissé, là.
Ben, on va bien falloir que ça finisse par se placer à un moment donné.
All right, I'm waiting for the guys on 80. Let's see what we got here.
Transferred the city water down there. So I shut it off out.
Oh, shoot, that was my cup.
Yeah, I guess use the...
Damn.
Nice that your family takes care of you. I do the same thing. When we have people over, our typical barbecue is usually, including us.
11, 12 people. And I always ask, can I accommodate? So I'll put somebody's burger on first and take it off last. But
People like it, at least
About an F9, and usually you're a bit over that. And I don't know what that means, or if it means anything. Here, I don't know. I'd say it's good. I'll put it downstairs.
This is KB2 UKA. Anyone around? This is KB2 UKA, standing by. KM4SM. Tyler, where you at? Good to be back, Andy. Everything's good, man. Just tired. It's been a crazy few months with the move and everything.
Usually they tell you something or print it in Chinese or something, translation, and you can't even understand it.
Everyone's good. Everyone's great, Andy. The kids are good. My wife's good.
Thank you guys all for, I'm sharing it with a refrigerator, a washer, a dryer, and I'm on a little cubby hole here, but it's working good. I can't complain. And I'm afraid if I moved it, things might not be the same. So anyway, I'm going to be grateful for what I got. Roger that. I am too. There's nobody but me and the wife anymore, and we got the extra bedroom, so I got turned one of the extra bedroom into my shop and radios and stereos and stuff that I got. So I got a good bit of room, and I'm so grateful for it because I'm close.
I mean, can you imagine that, a mother with a baby and they take it away and then behead it in front of her? I would just say, kill me, get me out of here.
Yeah, well, I tell you, them people are different. Different type of life over there compared to what we are over here. And yet they bring lots of them over here and let them start their own communities. Just asking for trouble.
Good evening, guys. K1MBS.
Hey, Mike.
Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, all. Hope everybody had a good day today. Weather was pretty decent. Got a ham fest in the morning. The weather's supposed to be a little chilly, maybe 60 degrees. So, it's that time of year.
Yep, ham fest is Saturday or for Friday?
Friday and Saturday.
All right, good evening, everybody. November 4, TWA.
Hello, Freddie.
Good evening, Fred.
Good evening, Fred.
Good evening, everybody.
Mike, that was some email you sent me with that poor baby.
Well, when this battle first happened, Reed, I didn't even know it. I was on Twitter messing around with my senator up here, telling her what a bad job she's doing all 9 yards. I keep good track of her. And then I started rolling.
Oh, yeah, go ahead there.
All righty, KB2 UKA. Sorry about that, Tyler. Are you there? Tyler, it's Doug, KB2 UKA. Do you copy?
Kilo Mike 4 Sierra Foxtrot Mike.
Kilo Mike 4 Sierra Foxtrot Mike. You got a copy on me?
Yeah, I do.
All right. I've got a foreign broadcast on the free. Let's hold on 1 second. Let's go up to 220 QSY. This is KB2 UKA. You there, Tyler?
Yeah, this is Kilo Mike 4 Sierra Foxtrot Mike.
Kilo Mike 4 Sierra Foxtrot Mike. All right, I got a light copy on you. Where are you? Oh, you're in Alabama. Okay. All right. How are you copying me? I got you about 5x7. What's up, Mark?
Oh, yeah, go ahead and run for school board again.
Oh, this loser's here. Yeah. Why don't you come to my house and tell me that? You're live on YouTube. Hold on. Hey, Jim. Yeah, hit that button. All right. Tyler, I don't think this is good, man. I don't hear you loud enough to give you the audio report.
Yeah, right there. We'll try something else later on or something. Appreciate the contact, though. Thanks for trying.
Well, you came up to 5'8" then. From what I can hear, it sounds good, but to really give the report, I need you like 5'10" over at least.
Yeah, roger that.
What am I hitting you on signal strength right now?
You're pretty good here. You're about a 5'7", 5'8".
All right, Roger, same. So I'm glad you're in Alabama because my buddy in Alabama, Rich, I was having trouble getting to him with the new antenna. So I went out there yesterday and I raised the south side because it was favoring the north. So I brought the south side up another 15 feet. So I think that's going to help a little bit getting out south of here.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, I think I'm just, for some reason, I've just got a lot of noise right now. It's just on this band. It's usually quieter, but right now it's just kind of noisy. If it wasn't for the noise, it's usually fine.
Yeah, Roger. There's a load. It's very crowded right now. All right, man. Well, good to hear you. Thanks for being on the YouTube page. I'm going to go back to 80. And normally there's a bunch of guys that get on around now, so I'm just waiting for them. So hope you keep watching. Kilo Mike 4, Sugar Fox Trot Mike, KB2 UKA. I'm going to QSY to back to 80. 73.
But like riding a bicycle, I'll figure it out. I didn't mean that derogatory.
I used to run every once in a while after I fixed it. I had to run it for a while, and I had a big 9.
Wide open. I ain't got a whole lot of heavy work. I can throttle it.
KB2 UKA. Anyone on? KB2 UKA standing by. All right, guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to go upstairs for a little bit. Maybe they'll get on. I'm going to leave the stream going. All right, I'm back. Mark, I've been back on like a week or two, like a couple of weeks. I just got the stream up and running, though, the other day. I got the antenna up probably about a month ago. KB2 UKA, anyone there? Oh, man, I'm going to have to go to AM.
XD, and we have Les, KB1SL, and Joanna is here as well, N2QFT, and we have Jerry here as well, W2TXB, and Gary is visiting us again tonight from the Philippines and having breakfast there. It is morning time. WG1F, marked as listening only. Jules is here, KD2YLZ, Chad, KD2TYJ, and Mark, our newest Spud is here tonight, KC1SOW. Welcome all on board. Any other stations that would like to join us, please call Net Control now, and I'll be very happy to get you on the list. All right, nothing heard. We'll go right about getting to the pledge.
Ooh, the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. With that, are there any announcements for the net? Please call NCS now. Nothing heard. Are there any stations that need to check out early? Please call Net Control now. All righty, nothing heard. Let's get two stations immediately here. So we'll bring in Mike, who is portable, and that would be Spud number 4260. And come on in, Mike, KD2RTJ from W1JZR, the main potato net.
Thank you very much. This is KD2RTJ along with NG2B, working off a balcony in Houston Beach, there on the ocean. Multiple beams, vertical, and a full tripod. That's what we're working today, just again with the battery, portable, and everybody have a, every time a good night.
House was a whole bunch of Chinese people, and they loved him. They all wanted to take turns taking pictures with him with his eyes, with the rain suit on and all that. There, look at his eyes.
Question begs to be asked.
Is he vaccinated?
That's why I bring it up. He's another excess death. When do these big pharma corporations pay the ultimate price? As far as I'm concerned, they're on the hanging list as much as the politicians.
It continues to get more sore tonight. Going to Horse Traders or Near Fest tomorrow. Supposed to meet Rob up there. I'll send him a text when I leave the house. I'm going to hope to leave here around 7:30 or so, 7:45. That will put me up there around 10 o'clock in the morning.
For Jenna. But mainly my focus is on the tower while I had Jeff.
Jen's trapped in
Israel to sign promissory notes to repay.
Near Fest for a change.
Which is always good to have, huh?
I heard you up in the last night.
Wow. Okay, so this is really like, class warfare here. So, yeah, well, gee, George, welcome to the great unwashed part of 75 meters.
It's like the difference between taking an Uber or a black Lincoln limo to work or riding the B train,
Yeah, anybody want to chime in on this not black but white tie dinner affair discussion?
Sure, K1 GTX. Evening, gent.
Yes, your tie is crooked, but good evening.
Perfect double between you and Clark, but just listening here, Clark made me hungry with the steak. And yeah, I can't go blue, but I like it rare, medium rare. But Clark's got his game on. If you order it medium or medium well, you might get what you want. Anyway, just listening here. And you were talking about W2IXT, and that guy was a narcissist. He was out of his mind. I don't know if he's still alive or not, but I know who you were talking about there with that net. But there wasn't really a net. It was more like a broadcast where you had the chance to put in your comment so he could disparage you. It was a great.
And, I heard that he's now in Hammer, and I heard him calling CQ within the last month, somewhere on 40
I think I'm going to go AM.
One day. And I was on my way somewhere. I couldn't keep listening. I don't know if anyone picked them up or not. But I don't know that much about him, per se. I don't think it was, the right thing to do. With the so-called gentleman's agreement, but then Timmy will say there is no gentleman's agreement. There never was. You can operate wherever you want. So I don't know. I mean, there's a theory. Let's call it a theory out there that 3870 to 3885 is the AM window. That's the theory. And Fred was going against that theory and was, not moving anywhere, and the AMers weren't moving, and it was a shit show every night. And, there were nights I just turned the radio off because I just, who needed it? So anyway, Clark, that's my theory. Kathy's making sausage and peppers. So I'm going to make this my last hello to the other station. Not sure who that is.
This is George N2LJR, Westchester County. Maybe we'll catch you guys out.
Good, thank you.
Not yet.
They've been talking Al Neen.
Caught up with something about getting up early in the morning, 3 a.m., I think you said.
KB2 UKA. Anyone around? KB2 UKA.
In the home, and 53% with one heat pump taking care of the entire second floor, working out really, really well. Today was a work day, day number 2, so
You doing all right?
I'm doing fine. They were pumping. So I had to go. They were pumping IV antibiotics through me for 3-4 days. But then
Ron, got you now, Carmel. Good to hear you, though. 73s. We're clear with KM4 VAH. Got that.
A job maintaining my weight, I guess. That's
the timeline aspect of it. I thought, that in itself, was worth the time it took to watch, the program. And I hate to use the word program.
There's some guy, some ex-special forces guy, goes into intimate detail, into the documentation and the military law and everything. But he's so dry, and it's like a 2-3 hour presentation that most people can't sit through that. He goes chapter and verse and reads it to you. Yeah, I've learned that the commander-in-chief could be someone other than the resident. I never knew that before.
Well, I guess we'll know soon enough, whether all of that is true or not.
Explain why.
I double with you, Mike. I said I guess we'll know soon enough if that's all true. What'd you say? Hold on a sec. Hold on, I'll be right back. W2QAQ.
Roger.
I think it's sort of self-correcting because people look at the date and are like, oh, wow, it's been a while, and they see that other people have donated. It's like, you know what? I mean, if someone throws in another 35...
KB2 UKA. Anyone around? I think we have a taker. KB2 UKA standing by. It's a nice 500 millisecond two-tone delay.
Hey, good evening, Doug. Hold on. Wow, this is a DX audio, but I'll change it. Yeah. So that I feel is softer on the amp. You don't hit it all at once. It's kind of a gradual, first pulse and second pulse.
I switched it the other night. I agree.
All right. Hello, radio. This one doesn't have pure signal. All right, here we are. Good evening.
Well, good evening. We're live on YouTube, Art. I've been just sitting here. I've been going up and down the band listening. I thought all you guys get on here at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of hit and miss, Doug. I don't know. I mean, sometimes the messages will come across. Don might get on with Mike or Captain Daring, but I don't know. It's been kind of sluggish in the evening. And, morning time, of course, I usually get in here before I hit the road, but, 6:15, I'm usually in here.
Yep. Well, I've got you 10 over, and I raised the south side of the antenna up another 15 feet yesterday. So my preliminary testing, I think it improved my signal heading south a little bit.
Okay, well, and you mentioned right now I'm 10 over?
You're exactly 10 over. And I'll tell you what you peaked at because I have that set on the meter. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, and you as well. A little tick over, so 10, and then trying to go a little more. But yeah, so that's a good sign. 7 o'clock right now, and the band usually gets prime about 8:30.
2QMA. Well, there's the power station. That's a good comparison. You hit 15 over once or twice there, Art. Good evening, John.
Good evening, Doug. Good evening, Art. Good signals. Looks like the band's good and quiet again tonight, so not too bad. I am going to go run up and get a refill on the coffee, and I'll be back in just a few minutes. KC2QMN.
Yeah, that tube will get nice and toasty by the time you get back.
Art, what did he hit you?
Well, that was Nick and 20. John just came in, and that was a solid 20 over.
Yeah, man, that NFET of his is something else. It's I might want to get one of those.
I don't know, Doug. I have to tell you, I'm like really a 49-1, 135-foot piece of wire. Now he did raise the ballon. It's not traditional, ground mounted. He's got it like 15, almost 20 feet up in the air, the ballon, and then the wire goes up and over. So I think it's just pointed directly to the south. I think that's what's going on. It's like a direct shot. ABC.
Hey, what's up, DJ? Yeah, he's got the box 15 feet up, and then it shoots out, and I think the end point is 35 feet high.
Wow, unbelievable. I'm just like, okay, that throws all my theory away, what I did here, and whatever. But yeah, hey, DJ, good evening. Good evening, gentlemen.
Yeah, John was saying 80 is quiet again. It is. I have a very, very low noise floor. So, Art, Rick got his VK amp yesterday.
Oh, I know. I got plenty of text, and he's showing me all the display and the low input, the low drive power, and it's unbelievable. What a piece of equipment. I mean, it's laid out so nicely. I guess, it's the same template. It really is the same platform not exact, but it's very similar. You know, the PCD boards, the windings of the toroids, and all that stuff is pretty close to the Russian parts. Russian, hence the mercury parts, because we got to remember that other guy before Kenny. What was it? R something Z? I forgot the call. But all them boards and those components are very similar from kit to kit.
Yes, they look very, very, and the software's the same. But boy, it's a big amp. It's like size-wise. And I'm watching those videos of his, and he's putting 4 watts in and getting 1100 out. That's unbelievable. So I'm gonna have to be careful not to blow up the Palstar with mine. Mine's the 2K one.
Right. But no, that was customized for Rick. You're going to have the dry power like your Mercury. I think and just double check that with the gentleman, the VK amp guy. I forgot his name. I should know his name. But he made that exclusively for Rick to run it that way because he knew he was only going to run QRP radios, Hermes. So in your case, you'll get the standard drive input.
Yes, you're right. And he Under is his name. And he told me, he said about 20 watts will give me 1500.
Yeah, and then above that is then some. That thing gets up in boogies with the two pallets.
Yeah, I bet it goes above 2.
Well, my opinion, which isn't probably worth a whole lot, but I still think having a good antenna or a beam means more than having 2,000 watt amp.
No, you're correct. The efficiency of the antenna and the gain off the antenna does a load more for the signal. But now have the beam and a 2,000 watt amp.
Because I can receive, having an amp that's 2,000 watts doesn't help me in my receive. So to me, it boils down to having a good antenna.
Oh, yeah. But if you have a good antenna and you throw 2 kilowatts on top of it, then you get the best of both worlds. Not that anyone here would ever run 2K. I'm just saying. Legal limit, I mean.
Then you're accused of compensating for something.
Yeah, well, I get accused of that every day. I'm just used to it.
Well, when you get older, it doesn't get any better.
Well, that's one thing you could thank the pharmaceutical companies for.
Anyhow, so how's the anybody that you've talked to the south? How's the antenna working now that you've raised it up a little bit higher?
I think better. I haven't spoken to Dom or Richard, Dom wasn't having an issue. Richard was. But about an hour ago, I was on 40 speaking Alabama, and I was copying him the same way he was copying me. So I think that's a good sign. So we got a lot of problems here, DJ. Not with an antenna. Tomorrow, every single NYPD officer has to report to work in uniform. Even if they're scheduled off, every single officer, because of the day of jihad that was called upon by Hamas.
Yeah, I've seen that on, I think on X.
Yep. They're not going to do anything tomorrow. They're going to do it 2 weeks from now, a week from now, a month from now, when no one's calling for a day of jihad. That's when it'll happen.
Very well could.
Yeah, that's true. They're definitely not going to do it when everybody expects them to do it.
My NYPD buddy told me this morning, he said they're getting dirty bomb trained. This is not going to be September. I saw a chart. There's like 5,000 Pakistanis that crossed the border, 3,000 Syrians, 4,500 people from Lebanon, all undocumented. No one knows where they are.
Yeah, there's so many that come over every day. I just don't know how they could ever get it under control at this point. I mean, it's just too many.
And it very well might happen in small cities, small towns too, where they're least expecting it.
Hey, DJ, are you having any immigration issues in Canada? Like inflows like we're having?
Oh my God, absolutely. It's worse than what you guys have. It has been for years. Trudeau's opened up for all and any individuals coming over. They were coming through New York and Quebec. There's a place there that thousands upon thousands, busloads, taxis and buses were bringing them, and they were crossing into Canada. And they get welfare, their medical, everything, looked after. So, yeah, there was hundreds of thousands that we've had come in here that, or maybe even more than that, maybe a million that have come through illegally.
So they cross into the U.S. illegally and then just make their way north, and they cross your border illegally. And you got two borders that aren't being protected, because if you weren't in Bizarro World, one of the countries, maybe yours, would say, "Hey, America, well, we got these people coming in through your country and then crossing our border." But no, it's Bizarro World.
And for QNT at the bottom.
KB2 UKA.
Oh, VA3 KBC.
KC2 QMA.
Ooh, I hear a tuna.
Tuna.
Quiet.
Well, I made myself a new push-to-talk today. I'm feeling good. It's working pretty good. So far, no missed keys or any weird crap like that. Boy, that gets annoying after a while. I also got this little DJ controller thing that I'm trying to get to work, but I need to be able to do some manual editing to some MIDI commands, and for some reason, Thetis doesn't let me edit the part that I want to edit.
Which, well, hold on one second. Who just tuned in? Anyone want to hop in? Okay, you don't have to be shy. We're here when you're ready. What controller did you get, John?
I got this little DJ controller. It's a Mix 101 DJ Tech. And it's definitely not on like the list of ones that everybody else is using for a controller, but it's a MIDI controller, and it's, just like any other MIDI device, it's got MIDI commands. In Thetis, there's a MIDI controller setup page, and they, everything's basically there. If it would just let me edit these commands manually, I could fix the problems I'm having, and I could get this controller to work. Otherwise, yeah, it's not compatible, but they have to, I'm just trying to see if maybe there's a trick to being able to manually edit them.
Yeah, I've looked at them. I can't help you because I've never hooked one up. I feel like it's going to get in the way for me more than it's going to help at this point. I'm just so used to the mouse.
Yeah, I like the mouse. I use it most of the time. Well, the thing I like about this little controller is it's only one wheel, right? You know how most DJ controllers have two wheels, right? This is one wheel, so it's one wheel with a couple of faders and knobs. So it's compact. It's pretty small. So I thought it would be nice to have that as for a VFO control, and then maybe just for like filter adjustment and things like that. it's nice having a control surface. Don't get me. I've had it with the Flex and the Expert radio in the past, but I'd like to get it working with this too. It'd be fun.
Yeah, and what was the other? I think it's called the Stream Deck. You could program those too, I think. I don't think that those have a wheel though. I think those are all button based. You push a button and it'll do something, but you can make the button do whatever you want.
Yeah. I think the one that's popular is the one called the Hercules. That's the one like everybody seems to use. And that's a nice one. They're cheap. I think they're like $60-$70. And that one has it's small. It has 2 VFOs or 2 wheels. So yeah, that one is more compatible, but if I could just edit these MIDI commands, it'll be all good.
I'm sure you'll figure it out. I'm sure you figure it out. What about you, Art? You ready for a MIDI controller yet?
Oh, Doug, I've had a MIDI controller for quite some time. The Behringer, I think it's a CMD1 or something, or I forgot the model number, but they're not available anymore. You can't get them. It's one big flywheel for the VFO, and then multiple buttons and a few sliders to program. This thing works beautifully.
Oh, I didn't know that. You have it, and by the way, you're 20 over now. You have it in line?
Yeah, it's the CMD, Charlie Mike Delta PL1, which is a MIDI controller by Behringer, and it was more of a slimline model, and for some reason they discontinued it about 3 years ago. John, didn't you mention you might have a couple in the closet somewhere, but you lost it in the move?
I had 2 CMD ones, and they were in the box, and I had them set up when I lived in Tennessee, and I know I boxed them, and I have not been able to find them since I moved. It's got to be in some box somewhere, unless I lost them. But I don't know. I hope not.
Hey, John, I was going to ask you, I was reading through the Saturn manual, just kind of, prepping my head here, getting ready. And, of course, I'm so used to the old platform, like the 7000, the Mark II Anons. And in the back of the chassis, they have 2 independent RCA females, PTT in and PTT out. So basically like hand trigger on the top and then out to an amp on the bottom. But now I see they're sharing the 3.5 female in and out. So I saw where you do, you're going to get the collar and shield for PTT, and then you're going to get the tip and shield for hand trigger, the other, in and out. So what did you come up? What was your plan? Did you do like a Y connector in the back or something, or how did you get your PTT and keying the amp coming from the back of the radio?
Yeah. Make it easy on yourself. All you need is this. You need a 1/8 inch stereo plug to what does it break to? Into 2 female RCA jacks. And it's usually red and white, like the RCA jacks. So yeah, it's stereo mini plug, plug on one end, and red and white female RCA jacks on the other end. You can get them.
Oh man, okay, that's too simple. There you go. I was overthinking it, right? I'm thinking breakout box, one jack to the radio, a short cable to a nice little box with RCAs all done, and yep, okay, yeah, you just there you go. Fill that in on the Google search bar. 3.5 male with 2 RCA males on the other side, jumper, and there'll probably hundreds to choose from.
Yeah, you just got to make sure that the mini plug, is stereo, tip ring sleeve. Right,
3.5 stereo.
Yeah, and then on the other end, you're going to hook your PTT from your foot switch or whatever into one RCA plug, and then you're going to hook the key line for your amp into the other one, and that's it. There's your push to talk in and push to talk out.
So, question for John and Doug: have you guys downloaded or installed the newest version? What is it? 2.10.2?
I did the final release tonight. Yes.
Yeah, I'm on it too.
I didn't read any of the release notes, so I have no idea what's new. I did a full install. I wiped everything, and I did the full sequencing at the beginning and everything. I think I haven't done it since like February of this year, so I figured why not? I saved my database. So I don't even know. Art, you mentioned there's a bunch of new features. I don't even know what they are.
Yeah. Well, a lot of cleanup, that's for sure. He went through a lot of lines, and yeah, whenever you can, just there's the what do you call that? The little all the updates. I think he listed like over 50-something different updates. So, and a couple of added things. So it's great. It's good to see. It seems like Richie wakes up every October. He gives us a nice surprise.
Yeah, and what I could tell you, I think it's more stable. My Pure Signal every like 20 times goes haywire. It hasn't happened yet, but it might.
Yeah, I counted 55, Art.
Hey, Doug.
Okay.
Yeah, John.
Your audio on your stream is a little distorted. It might be a little overdriven.
It is, and the problem. Hold on, let me back this off. 1, 2. The problem is I'm running the receive and the. But I was doing this the other night, but I think I'm hotter tonight. I'm running the receive and the TX through the same device, through the same feed. All right. Test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now I'm not hitting the red. Let me know if it's got better just now. 1, 2.
All right. I'll give it a second for the delay to catch up.
Yeah, I noticed the delay's longer since April. I don't know what happened. The delay's like 11 seconds now.
I like the delay, actually. It gives you a chance to go and check yourself out,
Yep, and I also have another thing that needs to be done. There we go. It should have been on mono. It was on stereo. All right, so now it's on mono, and I'm not clipping. So I have a question for John and Art. I have this huge subwoofer that I do not have hooked up. So my audio all goes into my audio interface. So normally what I would do with my PreSonus studio monitors, which I also don't have hooked up, but I'm going to, I come out of the M audio card, I come out of the main left and right, and I plug that into my studio monitors. What should I do? Where should I pick up the feed for the subwoofer? And the answer that I came up with, which might be the answer, do I need to send the left-right of the audio interface? Do I need to send the main output to some type of receiver/amplifier and then hook the speakers up to that? Either one of you can answer that.
John, what subwoofer is it?
Oh God, Art remembers when I bought it. I bought it and I only used it for a little bit. I have to go. It's in the other room. I don't know what model it is. It's a big boy though, and it is. I believe it's powered. It plugs in.
Okay, well that's a good sign. Very often, subwoofers will have a crossover built into the subwoofer where you would say, like, for example, take the main output of your mixer or whatever. You would go into the subwoofer first, and then usually like left and right into the subwoofer first, and then usually there's a left and right output on the subwoofer. Those would go to your little Persona speakers.
I don't believe it's set up that way. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to go look at it. KB2 UKA.
KC2 QMA.
Oh, it's been so long since I've streamed. Now I got to figure out how to get my audio to work again here. N4 QNT. Hey, good evening, Richard.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Art.
Oh, good evening, Richard. Man, I sound like such a goofball on the stream.
Okay, now we got it working.
Maybe it's my sinuses or something. It's just I sound real like congested or something. I don't know.
Well, John, now that you mention it, I'm not sure. I thought maybe you were experimenting, but I'm detecting a really, really edgy, kind of like in the 1K range, maybe in the 900 hertz range. Not sure if you push something up or you're looking for a different tone. Yeah, but I'm kind of getting a little, almost like a metallic thing going in the mids.
Who's that, me?
Okay, maybe I had the treble turned up. Is that a little bit better, a little clearer? KC2 QMA testing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8.
Oh yeah.
All right, I've got the info. All right, so I just sent the picture in Signal, John. I don't know if you're still in that group. So it has a line in left and right RCA. Okay, and then it has you know those little snap connectors that you have to pull the tab back and then put the open wire into, the speaker connectors. It's got speaker level input right and left, and then speaker level output. So is that what you're talking about, John? Go into the input first from the mixer, and then go to the PreSonus speakers from the output?
Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm going to take a look. I think Art just sent me the picture.
Yeah, so it's TRS coming out of the audio interface, the left and right. So I wouldn't know. I guess I'd have to cut the connector off and go in bare wire into that into those little snap connectors.
No, hold on 1 second. I don't know if this is going to work exactly the way you want it to work here. Hold on.
Doug, while John's looking that over, so the way it worked out for me is, okay, so the KRK subwoofer, the 10-inch subwoofer, kind of has a network in the back of it, which lets the KRK reference speakers plug into left, right. And then from there, I pick it up. I go out to a Mackie mixer, just a good old-fashioned slider, good little mixer. And then that picks up left and right. And then that also has a built-in codec, like a USB sound card, which hooks up to the PC with the USB-B connector to USB to the front of the computer or back of the computer. And then I let VAC1 pick up the audio for listening on the Anon.
My gut tells me I need a receiver/amplifier that I got to hook this thing up to.
Okay, I got the stream up and running. If you guys want to just check it out for a minute, just see if everything's copacetic and how it sounds. Victor Kilo, Bravo Charlie.
Oh boy, we have dueling streams, DJ.
Dun, 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 dun. So,
hey, I'll be back in a couple. I need to check on the chili.
Checking on the chili. Yeah, Doug. Yeah. So, This is the kind of subwoofer that, you would, to take advantage of this, you would use like a power amplifier or something like that, or a stereo receiver or whatever. And then, you would go through the speaker terminals. But the problem here is your PreSonus are powered speakers. So you can't use a speaker level output and go into those because it's a powered speaker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I never bought one. I was given this subwoofer, and I was given it new. How the hell did I? Oh, I know what I did. So the way I ran it, John, I was using the X-Air as like my station mixer. So I came out left and right into my speakers, my PreSonus, and then I came out an auxiliary channel and went line in into this damn thing. And there was bass, but not the way it should be.
Yeah. I mean, if you were able to, let me think about, what do you have as the final, what do you have your speakers connected to now?
Well, they're not connected, but if I were to connect them, I would connect them to the M Audio card, which is the second card I use, which is where my headphones are plugged into now. So that's like the station card. My desktop audio, Thetis, everything goes through that card, including the Apollo. I go line out of the Apollo into line in channel 1 of the M Audio. But my Thetis receive is in that M Audio. So that's where the speakers would be connected to.
Okay, so you connect the M Audio directly to the speakers. All right, see, that's all like line level, basically, type of stuff going, because, you're going from that to the back of the speakers, which has a little power amp in the back of the speakers. So it's kind of like the subwoofer is not really compatible. There's ways to do it, but it wouldn't be convenient. The most convenient thing I could think of is you would have to somehow make like a Y, like a Y cable almost, where you would take, one signal would go to, let's say, the left speaker, and then the other signal would go to the left input of the sub, and then the same for the right. One would go to the right speaker, then it would split off, and one would go to the right input of the sub. Then if you did that, then you're just basically splitting the signal between the PreSonus speakers and the subwoofer.
I'll do you one better. To get OBS to work properly, I've got a $55 third audio interface. So I come out of this way. I don't have to use Voicemeeter, and I could come out of that one because that's also got the same feed. I could come out of that one and go directly to the subwoofer.
Yeah, I mean the problem is that you really, what you need is you need a crossover. You need a way to split your main signal where everything, let's say from 100 hertz up goes to the PreSonus, and then everything from, let's say, 100 hertz down goes to the subwoofer. But you need a crossover to do that. Some subwoofers have that crossover built in. For example, I bet you there's a matching subwoofer for your PreSonus monitor speakers. And that subwoofer probably has the crossover built in, so that all you do is just go straight from your M Audio into the subwoofer, which has the crossover in it, then out of the subwoofer into the PreSonus speakers. You know what I mean? And that would be it.
All right, so I'll look for that. I'll just get a new subwoofer. I'll get one compatible with these PreSonus. By the way, were you able to hear if the stream, the distortion went away?
Let me go back and check. Hold on.
All right, KB2 UKA.
DJs popped up when I opened up YouTube. All right, let me leave his open, and I'm going to go to yours now.
Yeah, just rewind it back a little.
It's still a little hot.
Ooh, a little bit hot. So I'm going to back off the dBs in the mixer here in OBS. Excuse me. All right, 1, 2. 1, 2. All right, so that's peaking in OBS. That's peaking at between minus 15 and minus 10. I don't think that should be hot anymore. Let me listen to it on the phone.
Okay, and also it's not just your transmitted audio that's it's also the received audio from your radio is coming back a little hot. So whatever your level you've got the receive going into your stream might be, I think it's just the stream is getting a little overloaded, that's all. You sound great over the air, but there's nothing wrong with that, but as far as the stream goes, it just might be a little hot on the input to the stream.
All right, I lowered that third audio interface's gain, and I backed off the RX1 volume. I'm going to have a listen.
I shrunk my picture down. Does that look a little bit better, John?
Yeah, DJ, that's better.
Yeah, you had too much of me.
And yes, Doug, that seemed to have cleared up the audio. Okay. I'm live.
Somebody's tuning up.
Hi, I had your stream like really far back. I got lost. Wow, it is really coming in strong there, DJ. I'm looking at your meter. It's 20 over, more, a little bit more.
It was solid 30 there for a while.
KB2 UKA. Okay, yeah, that sounds a lot smoother, John. Thank you.
Welcome back, Art.
Hey, Doug, I had a question about the skin that you choose, for your GUI for Thetis.
Yeah, it's very simple, but go ahead. What's the question?
Well, it's one of the originals. It's like one of the famous skins, the selection that you get after you load Thetis. Have you ever tried the Yaesu skin? And the reason why I say that, it gives you every button. There's a graphic for each button. You notice how you have like plain gray boxes for some of the buttons? They're missing the JPEG or whatever it's called, so the PNG. So if you go with Yaesu, you get every feature, every button.
I noticed that. Yeah, I don't have all the where is it? The extra skins loaded, but I know that's an original the Yaesu. So let's see. Oh, where the heck is that? High Visual? Is that the Yaesu one? No, I'm on High Visual. Dark Metal. No. Okay. I don't even have that one installed. Yeah, I got to install them, Art. I haven't reinstalled them.
It puts solution on his skin where it gets the hose again.
Oh no, that sounds like an Australian amp.
Oh, hey Rick, is that how you come in? You just start talking? Yeah, like, hey, what's going on?
You're talking about skin.
Yeah.
Anyways, hello guys, I'm SDR.
Good evening, Rick. Now there's a signal. Oh my goodness.
Rick, you're a beautiful, slightly over 5'9" into Long Island on 80 meters at 8 p.m. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's 2 1/4 watts and 975 out.
Wow, that's unbelievable. Unbelievable. How are you copying me?
Just slightly over S9.
Perfect. It's the same.
Hey, good evening, Rick.
Good evening.
He might not recognize you.
Oh yeah, it's John, KC2QMA.
No, I knew who it was. Yeah, good evening, John. I'm just trying to watch things here.
Oh, you're watching the, I guess Doug's got the live stream, and also DJ has one going too.
Oh, no. I'm watching the amplifier. I haven't had it off of 3630 other than... Well, no, I haven't had it off of 3630, so I'm at the other end of the band, so I'm keeping an eye on things here until I get a good feeling for it.
Don't cross the streams.
Yes, dueling streams, DJ, dueling.
We could have, if we get them crossed, we could have a little stream show up afterwards.
We could do an after show. I could put you on mine right now. Hold on. I just have to, I can't have your volume on, but I could have your beautiful face going.
He says facetiously.
Not at all. I'm dead serious. All right, here we go. Hold on. We are bringing DJ online. There we go.
He says facetious.
There we go. Shut the volume off. All right, let's minimize that. All right, there you are, DJ. I have your stream on my stream.
If you're not careful, we're going to set off some kind of explosion in the universe, and it's going to destroy the planet as we know it.
It's like a paradox, like shaking your own hand if you travel back in time.
Between these two YouTube streams, it's about a 79-second delay.
Yes. So if you watch them both, now I'm just doubling up the delay.
Top of the hour, N4QNT.
Well, Neil deGrasse Jr. says we can go ahead in time, but we can't go back in time.
Yeah, and he also thinks the Egyptians built the pyramids themselves. I don't trust anything he says.
Oh, I know.
Indeed, SDR.
Hey, Rick, real quickly, are you surfing? Can you go over to the HermesLight2Plus.com page?
I could, but I'm not. Why? I don't have a browser up right now.
Yeah, I just wanted you to get your eye on what I was talking about. It's listed on the on that page.
So basically, from what I got from your message was they just lifted the ground wire.
Yeah, so on his page, when you go over there and then I guess go over to the right, I don't know, somewhere. Oh yeah, Hermes Light and Pure Signal on the right column. Yeah, now it's showing pin 4. He's just going straight across the 2 pins. So you know how you got the double, I don't know, what is it, 30 pins on each side? So he's shortened both pins on number 4 and then just a center lead on number 6. And he lifted number 3, yeah, because it's normally 3 and 4. And I'll tell you what, since I did that, this thing has been so consistent. I mean, it's just green instantly, and no random like blurps or turns red or gets out of whack. I mean, it's just been running smooth since I did that.
What are you supposed to see? Like, what is optimal for pure signal? What number should you see under that, I guess, that ATT? And also, like, I guess, in the pure signal little window there. What is the optimal, like, number you're looking for?
Well, hey, wait a second before somebody answers that. It varies between a Hermes and an Anon.
Yes, it is different. That's a good question. So like right now, my SATT is 16 and my correction is 146, my feedback, which is all good. And actually, I have a question for you, Rick, and Art. But Art, why don't you answer what you think the right number is on an Anon?
I don't think there's a definitive correct number as long as you're within the threshold. And it's usually anywhere from, 10 to 21. I mean, for someone to say, oh, I'm 26, that might be pushing it on the SATT. You generally between 11 and 17 is probably optimal for the Anon. But if you put your mouse and just hovered over the feedback correction bar, it'll show the range, the level. 0 to 90 is blue, you're not syncing. Yellow is almost 91 to 28, 128. But when you go green, 129 to 181 is optimal, but falling in the middle somewhere, like Doug's 140, I'm 158. So that could vary, but as long as you get into that green threshold between 129 and 181, that's great.
And Doug?
Yeah, Rick.
Hey, yeah, that's good, because I just wanted to know, like, the couplers have the little dial on it, the attenuator control. So I figured I'm going to probably have to screw around with that to find the optimal, setting to get the number right in that sweet spot.
Only the couplers that are not linear between bands have that variable on them.
So that's my question, Rick, right? So with the VK amp, I'm not going to need the coupler anymore. Will I still utilize my attenuator?
That's what I was going to tell you. I'm sitting at 142 and minus 23. Now not minus 23, 23. Up to 30 is good on a Hermes Light.
So you're not you don't have an attenuator in line. You're just using the coupler that's built in.
Yeah, it's a minus 55 dB. It comes right off the back of the amplifier. There's an SMA port back there for it.
I got to ask John if he's using a attenuator. I guess it couldn't hurt, but if it's not needed, why put something in line then?
I don't have a coupler at all at the moment, but I'm supposed to possibly get one that's going to have, it's got an adjustment on it. So, that's why I was asking about finding that sweet spot as far as what number I should look for, because, I can key up the radio, start transmitting and adjust it until I get the number right in the good spot. You know what I mean?
John, if it's a clean RF, it's going to be all over the place. It's not, they're not linear at all. That's what I used to have, and I had to adjust that thing all the time when I went from different bands, or when I went from one end of the band to another band, or one end of the band to the other end of the band, or if I made big changes in power, say 300 watts difference, I had to readjust it again.
Oh man, I'm having trouble hearing you, Rick. I'm getting some kind of interference here now, and it's swamping you out. I missed that.
He's saying that if it's a clean RF, you're going to have to adjust it all the time when you're changing power levels and possibly bands.
Okay. So then, did he say what solution he came up with?
He just said that he had to keep adjusting it. I'm not gonna need this Xtronics in about 2 more weeks. So once I get everything working, John, this Xtronics box is great. I'll send it to you.
There you go, John. That's a good sampler.
I'll take it. I'll send you money.
All right. Yeah. Well, it's used. I bought it from Frank, brand new. Frank had 2 of them, and I got it from him instead of having to wait because they're hard to come by. Art, what do you think? With everybody that you know that runs amps that have the samplers built in, do they still run attenuators on the Anons?
No, I mean, what is it, Rick? Minus 55 is what's back there on the SMA?
Yes.
55. And Doug, to answer to your question, both Jeff and Mike, who are running the VKs, the VK preamps down on 3630, they're like minus 17 and 140 something to 150 something is where Jeff's been hanging out at.
And no attenuator.
That's correct.
All right. All right, so we'll try it. Guys, I got to go pick my daughter up in a half hour. I got to do some stuff upstairs. I hate to dash, but I got to go. Rick, you sound great. John, DJ, Art, always a pleasure. Hope you guys have a great night. I'll listen out. Go ahead, Rick.
All right, Doug. I'll catch up with you later on. Have a good evening. And SDR.
7-3, Doug.
7-3, Doug. Have a great night.
I'll keep my stream going for a little bit longer.
All right, guys. Good night. KB2 UK clear.